Hello guys, my name is Will and welcome to one more video about Dragonheir Silent Gods. In the last week there was a lot of controversy about Rook and the Ice Blast team, Bedelle. And this is all because there are some conversation about Rook not being so strong as before, that he was nerfed and all of that. He kinda looks like he was nerfed, there's a slightly balanced on him, and for the veterans, you know that at the start of the Vortex, Rook is not that so strong, okay? So that was something that was happening before. But now, there's something more, alright? But Rook is still Rook, okay? So don't worry, if you have Rook, and you have him especially with some inspirations, he's still Rook. So I have this video that does a comparison between Rook, a team with Rook with 3 Corrosion and the team with 3 Ice Blasts. And the comparison is using Rook with their team and Inspirated, and using a Bedelle team, so Ice Blast, being Inspirated as well. So the first one, so this guy is going to show it. Let me just reduce the volume. Okay, so this guy is going to show, so now it's just showing the 2 ones. So we have Bedelle, 5 Inspirated, this is the gear he's using. Sorry about the quality, is not that good, just let's increase this. Yeah, the quality is not that good. It's got the artifacts, this is the talent tree and all of that. This is the teams he's using, alright, this is the boss. So I think this is like a new Vortex boss, as you guys can see. He's now TRS, he's doing level 4, yes, stage 4 of Vortex. And this is the team, so he's using the Philosophy and Rata, and then 3 Corrosion and 3 Ice Blast, okay? So on this one, he played with this with no inspirations, okay? That's what he did, basically. So I'm gonna just skip it to the point that we want to see, okay, which is the final result. So the final result should be around here. Okay, so this was the final damage for a team with Bedelle, no inspiration, as you guys can see. So the final damage for this one was almost 2 billion, for a team with Rook was 1.6 billion. So from this point, you will think that Bedelle is not that strong, right? It's not that strong, and the Corrosion team is probably being nerfed with these changes. But then it does more tests, okay? And of course, if you are a free-to-player or a low budget, this will be a bit harder for you. If you are a veteran, then this should be fine. If you are planning to save your dices and invest on Rook, it's worth it. If not, you can invest on Bedelle. You guys will understand. So we're just gonna skip to the next point. So this next one is gonna show a fight where he inspirated the Ice Blast team. Okay, so on this one, inspirated the other Corrosion characters, not the Rook, not Bedelle, the other 2 Ice Blasts and the other 2 Corrosion. So on this one we have 5 inspirated on both. They did 2.2 billion damage, okay? And the Ice Blast team did 2.1 billion damage. So as you guys can see, the damage, the Corrosion at this point is already doing more damage than the Ice Blast team. And we are using Rata, Philosophy, this was the damage, okay? So the next point is to give 2 inspirations to Bedelle and 2 inspirations to Rook, okay? So we're gonna jump to that spot, which is around here, okay? So after 2 inspirations, Bedelle team did, and some inspirations on Philosophy and Right as well, Bedelle team did 2.7 billion, alright? But the Corrosion team, we're gonna have a look. Just finishing now. The Corrosion team did 4.1 billion, okay? So it's much more damage, it's more than 1 billion damage than the Ice Blast team. And this scales even more, because if we jump to the final test, which is 5 inspiration to everyone, you guys will see it's a huge difference, okay? So here is already a huge difference. And if we jumped to 5 inspirations, it's going to be even more. So this is a 5 inspiration. We can see 3.3 billion damage with the 5 inspirated Bedelle. And then this will be, let's just jump a little bit more. This will be a 5 inspiration corrosion. Okay, so guys, you can see the difference. It's 2 times more damage. The other one did 3 point something or 4 point something. It's not the triple damage, but 3 point something, yes. And this one did 6.7 billion damage. Okay, much more on a 5 inspired team. Of course, we can see the comparison here: 6.7 versus 3.3. So the conclusion here is that if you can inspirate Rook when we reach to Season 3, Rook will be your best option for Vortex. And he's gonna do a lot of damage. For the end game, Rook will always be strong no matter what. But if you inspirate him, he's gonna be a beast, okay? While if you inspirate Bedelle, she will do well and she will work well, but not the same thing as Rook. Rook scales much more with inspiration rather than Bedelle. So depending if you are a free-to player, a budget player, or you are planning to spend some money, some really good money on this game, if you want to plan to do it, then you don't really need to bother. The best place to spend your money will be on Rook, because it will scale a lot and will do much more damage than Ice Place team. But if you are a free-to player or a low budget player, then I advise you to just get Bedelle, okay, because she's really good. Try to get 1 copy or 2 copies just for the artifact, and that's it. It's not really worth it to get much more copies of Bedelle. My advice is that you save that resources and try to get some copies of Rook, because if you get 1 more copy of Rook, will be much more worth it, will increase much more your damage than Bedelle. If not, and you can't get many copies of Rook, just stick with the Ice Blast team, because they do well, okay? In the first spot, so just the character without no inspiration and artifact, Ice Blast team will do better, but the moment you start inspirating Rook, it will do better in the same position, in the same amount of inspirations as Bedelle, okay? So keep this in mind. I hope this help you guys to plan ahead and know where you should invest your dices. But for the veterans, don't worry too much, because your Rook is still very strong. Okay guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget, leave your like, subscribe, and I see you in the next one.